An age-old mystery has
Media is buzzing after a history man
Bigfoot.
out of Texas.
New sightings
are
are
I know I saw Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. A giant mythical ape creature that supposedly stalks the United States. It's apparently a very mysterious and elusive creature. Not many have seen it, and it remains a creature that is hunted to this day. In truth, Bigfoot is just an urban legend, so it's hard to say whether he's real or not. In fact, scientists claim that such a beast, believed to be an extinct species of ape called Gigantopithecus, wouldn't likely be able to exist today due to the vast environmental changes that have occurred since the species' extinction. Therefore, biologists think Bigfoot's existence is highly improbable. And yet, many claim to have seen him. It's astounding, really. Now, you could argue that it's just for the attention, but I'm not so sure. They aren't doing this just for attention. There's genuine belief here, and these people genuinely saw something. Hello, everyone. My name is Lenny, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this Bigfoot mystery. I'm down in North Carolina. I'm headed to a town called Littleton for a very specific thing, the Cryptozoology Museum. Supposedly, the people in this town believe that Bigfoot lives here. The owner of this museum, Stephen Barcelo, has compiled their stories about Bigfoot, along with many other cryptid stories surrounding the town, and placed them here. Littleton is a small town. There's a clear sense of community that almost seems like everyone is family. And in a sense, they are. This town was once even smaller and quite poor. However, thanks to the relatively recent surge in tourism, the town has more or less been saved. Part of that surge in tourism is thanks to Stephen's museum. I've watched Bigfoot fanatics from around the country come to see this museum and revel in its stories. So I have to admit, I'm quite excited and interested to see what's so great about it.
Hello, welcome to the museum.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Steve Barcelo. I run the Cryptozoology Paranormal Museum in Littleton, North Carolina. I used to be a journalist for the New York Daily News. I came down here to retire, and next thing you know, I heard about Bigfoot sightings. Who would think? Started taking advantage of it, and next thing you know, one thing led to another, and it just took off, and that's how the museum basically happened.
Tell us about your relationship with the cryptid believer community. What do you do, and why do you enjoy it?
It was kind of strange. It was kind of an odd thing to get into. I was not much of I enjoyed the cryptozoology world, the paranormal world, ufology, but in the crypto world, especially Bigfoot, I was kind of skeptical. I did a documentary years ago upstate New York for the Daily News up in Whitehall. But coming down here, all of a sudden I'm hearing people actually having sightings in real time. So I did investigating and found things, and actually I've caught all kinds of crazy evidence. So now I've become a believer, and it's been very beneficial to the town as far as bringing publicity in. We've been on MTV, Travel Channel, NPR, PBS, you name it, all the local stuff. And that's why you're here, because we need someone famous as Lenny, the blue guy. And so yeah, it's been very beneficial for the town. We've had we do festivals. I travel to other conventions, and I speak at some of those. I got suckered into being town commissioner and mayor because of this. Actually, we'll have to hold up one of my signs later. But it's last thing in the world I thought I'd be doing, but I enjoy it.
We saw on your YouTube that you mentioned a place called CryptidCon. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, CryptidCon is a place I should be today. It's actually this weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. And it's a great convention to go to. So if you have to go to a convention, it's one of the better ones for cryptozoology. It's important to go to conventions for networking to bring people to Littleton, and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun to get out of town and just go do things with like-minded, crazy people.
Could you tell us a little bit about the people here in Littleton? What's their view on Bigfoot?
Well, in the beginning, they weren't too thrilled. One of the reasons, I guess, I kind of ran for office and became commissioner mayor. They've kind of come around. I don't have the shirt on I had on yesterday, but we have a brewery in town now that actually is doing a tie-in with Bigfoot. We've had a restaurant that did a Bigfoot burger. We've had a lot of things. It's become more and more popular. I think people have realized now. The stories go back over 100 years. I didn't invent this. I came down, started hearing the stories, and started interviewing people, being the journalist sort of thing, and blown away by the interviews I was getting. People, you'll see some of the interviews where people actually were crying after seeing something that upset, and they have nothing to gain and everything to lose by coming forward.
Do you have a favorite Bigfoot story? What is it?
One of my favorites would probably be the Bigfoot story from Jesse Walker, which is actually right across the street. That's one of the ones where a gentleman who was 73 years old at the time was literally putting garbage in his backyard, 1 o'clock in the afternoon with his lady friend. And they're getting ready to go to Littleton Food and Spirit right in town, which they went to like every day for lunch. And he went back there and saw this large creature in the woods behind his house. He freaked out, ran back to the car. Apparently the thing he saw ran off too. And he ran back and told her he's hysterical. And she's going, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And finally he gets out what happened. She gets him in the car and actually drives him to my house at the time where the museum used to be. And we were closed. That was during COVID. And I hear my dogs bark. I go out there, and there's Jesse Walker out front. He's a retired school teacher, crying. I mean, he's that upset. So I bring him in. I go, "What is the matter?" And he goes, "I saw Bigfoot." So I got the interview with him. He actually cries through the interview. And so we actually came back and reenacted it and realized that he was no more than like 45, 50 feet from this thing when he saw it.
The museum was filled with several interesting ghost stories that Stephen had collected from the people that had submitted them to him. The mysteries behind them were inspiring, and it made me want to look into each of them more. After all, whether or not any of these stories are real, there is at least some truth that is undeniable. These cryptids and ghost stories hold the history of this town, and other ones too. In my efforts to understand the belief in Bigfoot and the community surrounding him, I seem to have become a part of it myself.
Wow, Stephen Barcelo sure was great. Now, I heard about an urban legends convention called CryptidCon, and I'd love to go to it to talk to the people there to see more of the community. Unfortunately, it's in Kentucky, and, well, I don't think I'll make it there in time. Not to worry, though. I sent out someone to investigate for me.
Okay, so apparently Lenny wants me to go to this CryptidCon place. I'll see what it's about, but the very existence of a CryptidCon, I mean, regardless of if these things are even real, provides a safe space for a bunch of people who believe in it. It's similar to other conventions like the anime ones or the political conventions. It's a place for people to fit in with other like-minded people. Let's just go check it out.
I haven't heard from him since. I really hope he's okay. Well, anyway, on our last stop of our adventure, we're gonna go and find Bigfoot ourselves. Apparently, he lives in a state park near here called Madoc Mountain. Let's go check it out. Hey! Stop that Sasquatch!
I don't know if an actual ghost was haunting any of these places, but their history certainly was, and this is pretty much my stance on it. It doesn't matter whether or not a ghost is real. The ghost story is, and the fact that we maybe kind of sort of believe a ghost might be real is significant, and we should pay attention to it.
I think a lot of people like to think that there's something beyond what we have here. I think that in crazy times like we've had in the last with COVID and all the stuff that people have gone through, I think it's a nice escapism. It's fun. People enjoy it. It's unique. It's one of those things people watch on TV. So if we can bring them out and actually take them out Bigfooting, that's a huge thing. Just like someone able to go out and do a true paranormal investigation, or if you're even just into hitting the rapids. I mean, it's one thing watching it on TV. It's another thing to go out there and get wet and fall off the boat. I believe you can satisfy an urge. I mean, a lot of people come here I don't believe are believers in Bigfoot or the paranormal. Like I said, it's a way to to get out. It can be just purely an entertainment factor, and we have to be fully aware of that. When we go out there, we're having a good time. I mean, that's the whole thing. Even if we go out and do Bigfooting and people are banging trees and making noise, we're not even going to see a squirrel, let alone anything else. But they're having fun, and that's the bottom line what it's about.
Well, I've looked around this place, and I haven't seen Bigfoot anywhere. Still, perhaps Bigfoot really is out here somewhere. That being said, it's clear that this belief in Bigfoot allows the people of this town and many other towns to connect and bond over their experiences and faith in Bigfoot's existence. Plus, it's actually pretty good for you. I've gotten quite a bit of exercise looking for this guy. So, when it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter if Bigfoot is or isn't real. What matters is that Bigfoot allows the people to belong to something, and that's truly special. There! That was him! I swear it! I knew I saw him earlier! Come on! What? Drat! He got away again. We're right on his tail, though, I know it. There he is! Come on, let's get him! They weren't kidding when they said this guy was elusive. Where'd he go? Wait a minute. Where'd I go? Uh-oh. Where am I? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Believe.